Do you sometimes find yourself wondering after a session, is everyone still having fun? Do you sometimes think, wow, there's a lot of fun stuff happening at this table and no one's talking about it? Do you want to make sure that everyone is involved in making sure that your games remain fun, collaborative, and creative? Well, do I have a solution for you? Hi there, everybody. My name's Marcus, also known as the Chindividual. Today, I want to yap about stars and wishes, one of my favorite safety tools and feedback methods to use in my TTRPG games. Some of you might have already heard of it, some of you might have never heard of it, and some of you might already be about to close this video because I dare to mention safety tools. If you belong to that last group, well, don't let the door hit you on the way out. If you want to learn about a really useful tool that can make sure that your games become even better, last longer, and remain fun for everyone, well, stick around as I'm going to tell you what these stars and wishes are all about. Stars and wishes are a method for collaborative feedback. At the end of every session, every player, and yes, that includes the game master, dungeon master, storyteller, whatever you want to call the role of facilitator at the table, hands out a star and offers a wish. A star is given to someone or something that you thought was really cool during the session. This could be given to a player who you think did really well in portraying the challenges of their character, a cool scene that happened, or the use of a specific mechanic. A wish, on the other hand, is something that you would like to see happen in a future session. For example, you would love to see if a certain mechanic got used, if a fun and quirky NPC would make a return, or if there was some time for the player characters to have an in-character discussion about an important topic that happened during the campaign. Stars and wishes are a gentle way to share feedback and responsibility for the fun of the game, and therein lies their strength. Stars are a great way to just highlight and hype cool things players at the table do. Players might not even realize how much the other players enjoy the things they do, so this is a great way to put a spotlight on them and say, hey, that freaking ruled. And remember, the GM is also a player, so this is the perfect angle to tell your GM from time to time how much you appreciate the effort they put into the game. Wishes are a great way for everyone to verbalize their, well, wishes. They're great to make sure everyone's cards are on the table and everyone is aware of each other's expectations and things they would look forward to in the game. Also, wishes don't need to be fulfilled by just the GM, because everyone at the table now knows that people want to see specific things in the game. Everyone can help turning those wishes into reality. Sure, there are some wishes that the GM has an easier time to facilitate, but there's also wishes that everyone can help fulfill. For example, if one of the players wishes that a certain NPC makes a comeback, well, of course the GM will have an easier time to check if that would be possible in one of the upcoming sessions. But if a wish is that one of the players would like to have a real heart-to-heart conversation with one of the other player characters, well, then these two players can work together to see if they can make that happen. And the rest of the table can see if they can somehow steer things during the session that there's space for that to happen, that there's a chance for that wish to become reality. And before you know it, everyone at the table is involved in making every session fun and aligned with what everyone at the table would like to see. Suddenly, it's not just the GM's burden to make sure that whatever happens in the game is to everyone's liking. Everyone now talks about what they like and what they want to see in the game, and so they can work together to make every session as cool and exciting and fun as possible. I just really, really love Stars and Wishes. Big fan, 10 out of 10. One point of criticism I regularly see and hear about Stars and Wishes is that they can be too soft, too gentle, and not critical enough. Of course, that is by design. Stars and Wishes were designed to provide a gentle, positive, constructive, forward-looking way of providing feedback. However, if you think your table is a safe space and everyone is on board for a more direct, more critical way of criticism, there's an alternative I would suggest. This alternative is called Roses, Thorns, and Buds. Instead of after every session, you as a group hand these out at certain important points during your game. For example, this could be after completing an arc in your campaign, or after a specific milestone within an arc, or even at the end of the entire campaign. Every player then gets to hand out a rose, a thorn, and a bud. A rose is given to another player to tell them that you really enjoyed something that they did, very similar to how a star works in Stars and Wishes. A thorn is something that you didn't like about the game. This could be specific player behavior, a certain plot falling flat for you, or the use of a specific mechanic not being done right. Finally, a bud is an idea for a future improvement. This could be suggesting to use a specific piece of homebrew content, seeing if it's possible that a very popular and fun NPC from 20 sessions ago makes a return, or even suggesting future plot points for the campaign. The important thing for this system of feedback is that all of it has to come from a place of improvement and goodwill. Mentioning something as a thorn just to complain about something is not in the spirit of this system. Instead, part of offering up a thorn is thinking about possible solutions for it and working together as a table to make sure that we can pluck out this thorn and perhaps see it blossom into a beautiful rose in the future. Another caveat with this system is that especially the buds can feel a little bit frustrating for a GM who wants to fulfill all of their players' wishes. GMs might think that they have to take every single bud and implement that into their game. Make it clear when using this system that you cannot put every bud into your game. You're gonna work together to see how you can integrate most of them, but there's gonna be so many ideas from your players and you can't integrate them all into an ongoing campaign. Also, ask the players why they want to see specific improvements. Are they asking for a specific homebrew subclass because it has a really cool feature that really fits their character? Why do they want to have a certain NPC to make a big comeback? Or what excites them about a possible plot point that they've offered up? By talking with each other about these things, we come to understand what makes us excited about them, and we can also share in that excitement. No matter if it's Stars and Wishes, Roses and Thorns, or Care Bears and Cotton Candy. As long as you have a system at your table in place to make sure that there's regular, structured, constructive, and well-intended feedback, you're gonna make sure that everyone at the table stays aligned, expectations are managed, and everyone can help out to make sure that the entire group is having fun. It is a great way to prevent that things are left unsaid, that frustrations can grow, and that in the end, people end up with really different expectations and visions of the game you're playing. My star for today goes out to you, dear viewer, for taking the time to learn about things that can improve your game. And my wish is that you're going to run a lot of fun and fantastic games in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video. This format is really new to me, so I'm really curious to hear what you think about seeing way more of my face in these videos. But please, keep it polite. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and share it around with your friends, family, fellow players, whoever you want to share this with. Once again, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, take care, and bye-bye.